Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Community Update 313 podcast. I'm your host, Michelle White, and we've got a phenomenal guest this evening that you'll see him in just a few moments. Gary Horton. He is the executive director for the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And he's a transformative leader, entrepreneur, and advocate whose career spans 4 decades of excellence in both the corporate and nonprofit sectors. And he's going to be our guest this evening and telling us about some wonderful things that are happening at the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. But all right, y'all, real quick, if you're looking to level up your look this February, I've got you covered. Unique Brows Threading and Spa is running a limited time Valentine's special on their ombre powder brows, and trust me, this is luxury for your face. They specialize in flawless brows, lashes, waxing, facials, the whole glow up experience. If you want brows that are bold and natural and long lasting, this is the place. They're located in 19729 West 12 Mile Road in Southfield, Michigan, and booking is easy. Just call or text 586-457-9788. Again, 586-457-9798. This is an exclusive February offer, so don't wait. Again, that's Unique Brows Threading and Spa, where precision meets confidence. So we've got Gary Horton. Hi, Gary.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
We're so glad to have you this evening. We're glad for the wonderful things that you're going to share with us about the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. As I just mentioned a moment ago, Gary's executive director for the agency, and I happen to be one of the board members. But back in September of 2025, the agency announced that they will be closing due to a lack of funding. And so Gary has come in and been doing some phenomenal things, which we're going to share this evening. But just to give you a little bit of background on Gary, Gary is a native Detroiter and a seasoned entrepreneur. He brings over 40 years of business leadership and lived experience to his role as the executive director for the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Before stepping into the nonprofit leadership role, Gary built a distinguished career in the technology and automotive sectors, where he was known for his operational expertise and strategic vision. So Gary, that's just one of you've done a myriad of things just since you have been on board with the agency. And I don't remember if I mentioned I happen to be one of the board members. So the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired is such a needed agency, been around for 63 years plus, actually. And tell us about some of the things that you've done since you've come on board, Gary, and then you can go and tell us about some of the things that you plan to do. I know Checker Cab is one of the wonderful things that you've done, providing sustainable transportation for individuals that are blind or visually impaired to get to the agency, as well as the staff members that go to people and need transportation to get there. And let me say that Gary himself is blind. Phenomenal speaker, phenomenal man. I tell you, Gary, we can't wait to hear the things that you're going to share.
Okay, no pressure. Yes, what's happening at the Bureau? I was surprised and shocked, like many were, when they heard that the agency was closing. Like a lot of other people in the blind community, of which I've been a part of, losing my vision back in 2017 completely, became something that I became interested in to see if there's anything I could do to help. As it turns out, in my career, I have been, in many instances, not only an entrepreneur and business owner, but I have worked in the Detroit automobile industry, looking at companies from top to bottom, stem to stern. So I put together a team of my colleagues, trusted advisors. We looked at the entire operation, you might say, the people, the processes, right? And the policies. And we saw that maybe the agency didn't need to close.
Mm-hmm.
The way forward. And the way forward was through. So
Yeah.
what we're doing and what we have been doing is expanding our services, not cowering from them.
Mm-hmm. So I know some of the services that are provided are they teach you, you're taught their trainings and classes on how to
Absolutely.
use your cell phone.
Well,
I went through that training and it was phenomenal. I didn't realize all the features you have on an iPhone or an Android phone that
it's a
help.
powerful computer.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a very powerful computer. I attended Cass Technical High School in Detroit back in, I don't even want to say when, and we had the only mainframe computer in the Detroit public school system. This phone
Mm-hmm.
can do 10 times what those mainframe computers that sometimes took up half a room could do. The technology is the through for people that are blind and visually impaired like myself.
Mm-hmm.
It is the force multiplier. It is the salvation. And to the extent that you can teach individuals technology training and skills of blindness, as we do at the Greater Detroit Agency, it really opens up the lives of our constituents, of our population, you might say. What we effectively do.
Hey, Gary, can you wave your hand for me?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What we effectively do is we provide, as you've pointed out, assistive technology training that's using all types of technology training for low vision individuals as well as blind individuals.
Mm-hmm.
We also
wave it for me again, please.
Skills of blindness. We do that as well. Mm-hmm. And the skills of blindness include everything that happens from the time that you wake up as a blind person to the time that you go to bed. That would be cleaning. That would be cooking. That would be marking your clothes. It would be how do you engage online? How do you shop? How do you navigate the neighborhood? How do you navigate the apartment building or your home? So we do all of
Gary,
those.
one second. Finish telling me about that, but we want to see you more clearly, and you went dark. So if you might sit up a little bit, sit up.
Yes, ma'am.
And then wave.
You are the boss.
I just want everybody to see your handsome face.
Well, that's very nice. This is going to be great. You're going to have me blushing all night. So
you're still dark. You're still dark.
Oh, am I really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Gary is on a sensor in his room.
That's better.
Because you're on now.
Well, this is fair. Let's talk about blindness. When you're a blind person, you don't know that the lights are on or off. So to keep electricity bills down, you have motion sensors. So in our house, one of the things that I've done here is I've installed motion sensors. So when I'm working here in my home office, that I'm not wasting electricity. So you keep giving me those cues, and I'll keep turning the lights on. How's that?
And you'll keep waving your hand.
I'll say hello to Detroit. That's no
there you
problem.
Go. Hello, Detroit.
We are.
What up, Joe?
So traditionally, what we've done at the Greater Detroit Agency is we've focused on mostly those elderly individuals that have lost their vision late in life, and they want to stay in their homes and they want to be independent. That is a laudable service. What we're attempting to do as we move forward is expanding those services to a larger group of individuals that are, let's say, still working. Let's say individuals that and they want to keep their jobs, and those individuals that are not working and they want to work and they want to learn the skills to work and how to adjust from blindness to employment. Lastly, and most importantly,
yes, and
young people,
employment.
Young people. When you're in high school, when you're in college and you're trying to figure it out and losing your vision, what does your future look like? And that's what we want to expand our services to include services that support all blind and low vision Detroiters.
And there are a lot of people that are blind and visually low vision impaired. I know being a college executive, you see, and we use Access that will assist students with homework, with people that go around, but employment is a key. And so people often feel that, oh, I'm blind, my skills are limited, I only can work here or there. But the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired helps you gain skill sets that will make you more employable.
Most definitely.
And
As
I
I
know
said,
one of the things
I'm
that
sorry.
you shared is that people don't want to feel that they're less than. They don't want to feel that they have to stay in the background or the shadows. Come on out and shine like Gary does.
I'm not a background guy.
That's
I am
right.
not a background guy. That is for sure. I would say independence has many faces. One of them is being independent in your homes if you're 78 years old and you've lost your vision. Independence is also being employed and taking care of yourself and your family.
Yes.
That's also independence. And I believe that blind people should lead blind people. Blind people should employ blind people. We are special. We're unique, and we are
Mhm.
valuable. And value, and that comes from the heart, and that comes from the head. So, what I like, my vision for the Greater Detroit Agency is to do more of those tasks, to become a beacon that attracts other blind individuals and to congregate, group together, collaborate, right? Build teams, structures, run businesses. When I lost my vision, with the second I lost my vision in the company that I was at working for and made some good money for, when they separated from me, ostensibly because I was losing my vision,
Mm.
within a month I started a company because I believe in, if they don't hire you, hire yourself.
Yes, I love
I've
that.
always believed that.
Mhm.
So a little bit
You have a great
backstory.
team now. You have a nice team that you've
That's
put
right.
together. And
That's
some of
right.
your staff are blind.
Absolutely, and
Mhm.
myself included in that. And that does send a message of what blind people can do. Yes, 67% of our service providers that go out and visit and engage in the community are in fact blind. These are individuals with advanced degrees doing advanced work. I sit as executive director. I am blind. That is important.
Mhm.
It's important to the business community, which we want to get much closer to. That's where the employment comes in. To the extent that we can produce individuals that are confident, that can walk into that room, cane, no cane, look into this camera and say, I deserve this job because I'm good at it.
Mhm.
A
Exactly.
little accommodation goes a long way. And that is the mindset, or a mindset, that is a voice that should be heard in the community.
So, Gary, I know that, thank you for that. And some of the things you want to see happen is many churches have um, a large population of those who are blind and or visually impaired, and they have sign language signers that come in and that can, where people can help them. And you want to reach out more to the churches so that they can have people come into the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired, which is located in Southfield, right off of
Civic Center
Evergreen,
Drive.
Civic Center Drive, and Evergreen in Southfield, Michigan. And in there, a lot of young people, let me go back. So you want to help employ people, you want the people to know about the services that are provided at the agency, and in particularly our young people who
Yes,
are just embarking on a world of work, and they need a greater skill set. And the
absolutely.
school does not provide everything that they need to know and learn and help them with their capabilities to be independent and executives of companies or owners of companies themselves, like yourself.
Right
And
on.
so we want to reach out to the schools more. I know that that's one thing that
Absolutely.
you're looking to do. The churches more, because there are
Absolutely.
more blind people. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people don't even know about this 63-year-old plus agency. And so another reason why we have you on as a guest this evening is to make people more aware. This agency will help teach you, train you,
Yes,
encourage you. Young
absolutely.
people, even the more so, need more encouragement as they have not a disability, but an ability in a special way to be more independent and be more empowered as the individuals that they are, letting their light shine, just like everyone else.
That's exactly right.
We're all the same creatures.
That's exactly right. I say this when I work with young people. I use this phraseology. Um, all God's children got something.
Yes.
Everybody, right? Every single person, whether they have a quote unquote so-called disability or not, of any type, everybody has magic. They got to find that magic and they got to exploit it.
Yes.
Expand it and use it, leverage it to be successful. Yes, with young people, that's when you all figure it out. That's when you decide whether you're going to be a hard or soft worker. That's when you decide what your world's going to be like. I would share with you the following. The doctors told me in 1971 at age 11 that I would lose my vision completely by the time I reached my 50s. Pow! Like a shot in the stomach for an 11-year-old. And I absolutely fell into a depression because all I could think about was, okay, Stevie Wonder or homeless. Stevie Wonder or homeless. By the time I reached high school, I decided that I was not going to hide in the shadows. I was not going to be a person with a cup and pencils. Remember, this is before the ADA.
Right.
What I decided was I was going to do everything and anything that I could before the lights went out. So I got focused. In my view, young people need to hear that message.
Yes.
That message is best delivered by a blind person. If we're asking companies to accommodate blind people, we must demonstrate how that happens. How can you do it? Can a blind man be the executive director of a firm or the CEO of his own firm? Can he be a traveling consultant? Yes, he can. It takes work. It takes hard work. It takes commitment, right? It takes passion, but it is doable. We solve problems every day. So when I did finally lose my vision, this is what happened. I got busy. I knew it was going to happen. Within 90 days of voc rehab, I was working again. Why? Because I prepared. But I started preparing when I was 16, not 60. This is the message that the 18-year-old needs to hear, the 15-year-old needs to hear when they're making those decisions about the lives that they want.
You went dark again.
Okay, we want to. Am I gesticulating enough?
I thought you were too.
So what I'm saying is, what I would say is, I grew up in the AME church at St. Stephen's over on near the boulevard there. Right, and it was a home. It was a home.
Now you're
a community home. Right. It was a place where everyone could congregate and be together. This is one of the objectives, I believe, of the Greater Detroit. After I lost my vision, as you could probably imagine, some of my friends kind of drifted away, right? My family was there. My wife was always strong behind me, right? But what I found is I didn't know any blind people. And I wanted to find them. Where are all the blind people at? Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired was where they were at. So I say this all the time, to your point. It is the best kept secret in Detroit. If you are blind in this city, in this part of the state, you know about the Greater Detroit Agency. If you're not blind, you probably have never heard of it. But we are part of this community. So at DAVI, I like to call it, we have an obligation. And the obligation is to support all people, all blind people, elderly, middle-aged, workers, non-workers, children. We want to be a one-stop shop of services for blind people, led by blind people for blind people.
I love that.
Because when you come from power, you can then engage. Identity is not everything, but it ain't nothing.
So let's talk about some of the funding sources and things that are already in place. You have a GoFundMe, which the link is being shown right now. You can go to the GoFundMe link. You can scan it right now on the website. Scan this link and make a donation Make a donation today. I don't care if it's $10 or $200,000. We need your support.
Absolutely.
You laugh, but I know that there are people out there that have endowments, that have, maybe even loved ones themselves that are visually impaired or totally blind, and we need money to help this agency sustain itself. And this is part of our community service. We are blessed to be a blessing to other people. We are not all here. You can't take your money to the grave. So make a donation to go to the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. The website is lifebeyondsight.org. That's lifebeyondsight.org. And you can go there and make a donation. You can go right here, scan this QR code and make a donation to the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. It's one of the largest, if not the only, agency here in Southeast Michigan. Is that correct, Gary?
That is good. There's lots of agencies that there are several agencies that do provide some level of services for blind people, but none like the Greater Detroit Agency. We are definitely provided a whole host of services, and that is the vision of this agency. And I like to say, don't think donation, think investment.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Investment. Mm-hmm. This is an investment. It is my vision to change the Greater Detroit Agency from a charity model to a social enterprise model. And what I mean by that is that we want to engage with the business community, because as Mitt Romney says, corporations are people. And the last time I checked, people have hearts. Mm-hmm. We need the help. We need the investment to work with the young people like 11-year-old Gary Horton. We need investments for that. We need investments for our job readiness programs. And this is important. All of our services are free of charge to our constituents. We are funded by donations, be they corporate donations, foundations, and we do some services with state organizations, but that's a small part of our budget. Now, it's our vision for that to be a bigger part of our budget, but we do live and breathe from donations. Mm-hmm. As part of my Phoenix project and the Phoenix initiative, I looked at the way that we dealt with our vendors. I looked at the way that we dealt with our consumers, how we delivered our services, how we measured our goods. And we've made copious changes to that model and turned it into a juggernaut of activity. Mm-hmm. We want to be out there. We want to be in the communities. We want to talk to the hospitals. We want to talk to the churches. Right? These are places where people congregate and they know that they have blind relatives, friends that may seem isolated. We want the Greater Detroit Agency to be a lighthouse, you might say, mm-hmm. where people can come and feel comfortable in the environment, doing a number of different activities. That's the vision for this agency, and we are making it happen. But we do need your help, and that's everyone's help, because we're a community. All of us are in this community. And to the extent that we do the types of programs and we have more individuals that are blind and employed, right? That's better for the city of Detroit and all the surrounding suburbs, because you have taxpayers, right? Mm-hmm. You have givers, not takers.
That's right. And this agency, the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired, you went dark again, Gary.
Yep, I'm doing my thing.
Around since 1961.
Yeah, I was 2 years old.
I was born in 1961. We're telling our age now. But that's how long it has been sustained. And we need you to help it remain sustainable to the community, to the environment, so that people can be independent. We have a program called on the computers are equipped with a program called JAWS that helps individuals navigate computer technology so that they can be more independent. Many, as he stated, many of the people that are training you are blind, and they know how to navigate many different things to help individuals, whether they're 3 to 93.
That's exactly correct. That's
That's right.
exactly correct. And there are lots of activities. I'm sorry, lots of apps on the phone that help people that are blind. There are various techniques of how you mark your clothes. I have this wonderful blue suit on today. How do I know that it's blue? Because I mark them with Braille. These techniques are techniques that we, because I like to dress. I like to
All
look
right.
good. And
You're looking
even after,
sharp there,
before
sir.
losing my vision and after losing my vision, I still want to look good. I still want to be my wife's husband, right? So,
That's right.
So learning these skills gives you confidence. Confidence can give you employment. One of the most important factors in an interview is confidence, real confidence. Confidence is built from failing, then achieving. You do those two things, you can sit in front of anybody and tell them, as I do with you here right now. Yeah. This is what is needed. As you said, school system exists, state vocational rehabilitation exists. We want to bridge those gaps. School is great, but they're not doing the type of training.
I'm an educator.
That's
the
required.
Training is not complete. They help you to a degree. The agency, the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired, will take you or your student or your child to the next level of independency and next level of their comfortability and their empowerment to know that they are shiny magnets with more that they can do than what they might envision in their head. You said when you found out at age 11 that you were going to go blind eventually by the age of 50, that you had the vision of either Stevie Wonder or cup holding in your hand being poor.
That's a hard vision, but it is true.
But look where you are now.
But it's an impetus.
Assisting others. And that's why we're here today. We want you to share this. Don't forget, number one, for Community Update 313, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this. Share this
absolutely
with other people. Stop into the agency. You can go to lifebeyondsight.org. You can get the address, the complete address. I'm sorry I don't have it directly in front of me, but it is located in the city of Southfield. And it's accessible by plane, by bus,
it is. If you're blind, you can get there by the SIMTA stop. The address is 26777 Central Park Boulevard, Southfield, Michigan 4807876. And I'm there every day. We're right on the first floor, right as you walk into the building. One of the things that we're hoping to do going forward is have a series of open houses, not one open house, but a series of open house. Open the door. If you're trying to be in the community, you have to be in the community. You have to open things up. Let people come in and see how the services happen. See how the blind people in this agency navigate. My vision is to have young people working at a front desk doing an internship. It's job seekers working in our computer lab looking for employment. It's using our conference room to run agency programs like one for cybersecurity that we're launching in a month or so.
Awesome.
Blind people can do anything if they put their minds to it. I have not used a mouse since, 2017. Everything that I need to accomplish on a computer, I can accomplish with this keyboard. That is what JAWS allows me to do.
That is awesome.
But it takes commitment. It takes hard work. And it takes mentors. It takes exemplars. It takes individuals that you can say, okay, he's done it. Can I do it? I can do it. If I see him doing it, can I do it? Conversely, if you're the mentor, you can challenge the student. Why are you giving up? Dude, I'm walking around right now. I can do it. You can do it. That's what we need, this in the community, and we need blind people of all ages to be effective. And we still need to support, without question, our elderly, because most of us lose that vision as we get older. We have a commitment to them, and as part of this expansion, we will not leave any person behind. We're just adding, not subtracting, not replacing. We want to support a constituency of over 500 people. We want to expand this firm, and we can with your help.
With your help. We need your help. The agency needs your help. And another way that you can also reach, get to the agency if you want to stop by and visually, some people have asked on the comments, can I stop by? Yes, you can stop by to see the agency and bring your loved one or bring yourself. Also, Checker Cab. Tell us more about Checker Cab.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that.
And I think
as I said before, are we good?
We're good.
As I said before, when the Greater Detroit Agency had what I would call a charity model. That is to say, we are doing good works. Please give us money. We need your money or we won't survive. But there's another model, and that's a social enterprise model. And that means we should not only do that first thing, because you always have to help the least of all of us, no question, but it's also engaging the community, engaging businesses. There is a value proposition for businesses to engage and invest and support an organization like ours. As I said, we're launching a program for young people, high school age, to introduce them to cybersecurity. And what's important about cybersecurity is one of the hottest areas that exists right now. And believe it or not, there is a place for individuals that think up here more than they see through their eyes. This is the type of programming that we have not traditionally done. What we have also done as part of this model is for our blind service providers, the most important aspect of their job, the most intractable problem is transportation. How do I get from point A to point B reliably? You can't do it with Uber every day. That is cost prohibitive. What we do with it, so we've signed a deal with Checkered Cab that they deeply discount taking our service providers to the homes of our customers. And if I didn't mention that, let me be clear. Our elderly customers, we provide those services in the home. We do it at our facility, but we also do it in the homes of our customers. And so I was able to negotiate in concert with my friends over at Checker a way of getting that price down because we were solving an intractable problem. They do a charitable donation. They're part of the community. We get lower prices for moving our people around, and we show corporate America that if you just do a little bit of accommodation, you get a committed, on time, loyal employee. That is a value proposition. That's not please take care of me. That's invest in me and watch me cook. That's what it is.
Invest in me and watch me cook. I love that. So Gary, so just so I understand clearly, so Checker Cab and the agreement that you have with them will pick up some of the staff who go out to visit the those seniors 60 and above. Right. And so if you need that service, you can, do you have the number in front of you for the Greater Detroit Agency? The phone number?
It is, if I'm not mistaken, 313-591-3700.
591-3700, area code 313. Give them a call and go to the website to lifebeyondsight.org. Also, what if I'm blind or visually impaired and need to come and need help with transportation to come to the agency for training? Is there currently anything that would assist me in that matter? Or is that something that you're working on?
That is something that we're working on right now. That is not part of this Checker deal. Is a pilot program. We're going to see how it goes for the first 6 months. We've confined it to our service providers. But yes, we are looking for partners to invest in helping us with providing transportation services for young people to get to the agency. Because remember, if you're 15 and both of your parents are working, transportation might be a challenge. If you're trying to get to Southfield, Michigan, and you live on the east side of Detroit, transportation could prevent you from receiving some of these services. So what we're hoping to be able to do
So I see.
Is put on programs that will allow us to have the transportation provided for the students, but that is not online as yet.
Okay, that's wonderful. You're doing so many great things with and for the agency, and the number was just scrolling across the bottom of the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And again, it is 313-591-3700. Give them a call today. Don't delay. Give them a call. You know someone. You might be sitting here and say, this doesn't apply to me, but it applies to someone that you know, some loved one, some friend of someone that you know. Because there are, I think you told me, or I read that there are 67% of the people within the Greater Detroit, Southeast Michigan are blind or visually impaired. Is that correct? 67?
Oh, no. I would say the approximately 10% of the population of the state of Michigan has some visual impairment, but that's still a huge number. That's a huge number. That's like 1.6 million people. In the Detroit metropolitan area. If you look at people that receive services from the state organizations, that number might be somewhere hovering around, I would say 500 to 500 people or so across the state of Michigan. So there are lots of people that live in this part of the state that suffer from an impairment, that are not receiving services of any type. That's what this agency exists for. And there's a reason for all of us to be concerned about that. There's a reason for all of us. We are all a community. That's what the word means. All of us working together, supporting each other, having each other's back, and helping us. That is what the agency is about. And this agency cannot disappear. It is a critical part of the ecosystem of rehabilitation and independence for blind people in this part of the state. And I cannot stand by and see that die. Cannot. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
You're correct, Gary. It is a critical part of our ecosystem. So that's even why Community Update 313 is here, so that we can share information with the communities about the community, our
That's
community.
Exactly right.
This is our community. Everything that affects one person affects another person,
Exactly right.
directly or indirectly. So keep that in mind as you go to make support. As Gary said, don't just make it a donation. Make it something that make an investment in the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired. You can go right now to lifebeyondsight.org. See all the many services and the reels and things that are on the website. Even Gary has done different interviews on CBS Channel 62 and other news broadcasts, because we're trying to get the word out to more and more people. And if you take the time to share this clip, share this podcast with others, share it on your social media. We want to get the word out to the community. Stop thinking that it doesn't affect you. Everything in our community affects each one of us.
Absolutely.
And it's incumbent upon each one of us to take care and helping to sustain our ecosystem, our environment, our community. It is ours, our world.
And if you are an individual that is blind or visually impaired, there are others that are there that will support you. But you have to raise your hand. You have to say, here I am. We have to see you. So visit this agency, and to the extent that the business community, the foundations, the churches, and other communities see the power of what we're doing, they will be happy to invest. Because that's what we're about. That's the job that we're doing. This is important work. This may be the most important work of my career. I've done a lot of things that I'm proud of, a couple that I'm not, but a lot of things that I'm proud of. But this is this is a huge thing for me.
And
This
we're
is
getting
a
great
raison
feedback.
d'etre.
Gary, we're getting great feedback from our listeners today that are stating that they want
People are
your
listening.
information. Huh?
People are listening.
People are listening, and they're stating that, and thank you for those of you who are listening, and feel free to type in your questions right on YouTube. Type it in, let us know, give us your feedback, continue to share. I'm looking at some of the feedback, some of the things we've answered, and I've mentioned it, or you've mentioned it. But if you have any questions, we still got a few more minutes. Type it right in on the our YouTube or wherever you're watching us. If you're watching us on Facebook or whatever streaming platform, but Community Update 313, we have our own YouTube channel. That please go to the channel, like it, subscribe, and it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It'll just ping you every time the show comes on. And then be sure and share the information on your social media platform, which helps the word get out. Then you don't necessarily have to say anything. Just share it. And it'll get out and someone else will listen and it'll help someone else. If you individually don't want to talk about it, just use your fingers to guide you. What did they used to say when we first had
let your fingers do the walking.
Let your fingers do the walking. You can still let your fingers do the walking by sharing the information that you've heard today and all the information that we share right here on Community Update 313. So, Gary, we want you to tell us a little bit more about some of the services, but I want you to still go to lifebeyondsight.org and look at all of the training. You have what are some of the upcoming training programs?
As I say, we are launching in the next month or so a program called Cyber Detectives, as I said. In addition to that, I'm very proud to announce that we will be starting what we're calling a job club, where individuals that are interested in getting back into the employment game and they don't know how to do a resume now, it's been so many years, or as a blind person, they don't know how to do a resume and a cover letter, and understanding and navigating these sites, how to sit in an interview and talk about your so-called disability. How do you do those things? How do you work with others? Listen, job search is not an individual sport. It is a team sport. Mm-hmm. The more you broaden your network, the more you broaden the network of friends, fellow travelers, people that are referrers to you, the more likely you might be employed. When you work with other people that are blind, they give you ideas and thoughts about how they were able to achieve. You can learn from that. So that will be probably in the spring. We're launching that, and these are programs that I'm hoping will be evergreen, that we will run cohorts every quarter, every 3 months or so. So there's always something going on. Now, if we move further into the summer, we might be looking for there's a program that I'm thinking about, which is what's beautiful about the Greater Detroit Agency. We are creative. We are thinking about a medical billing program, medical coding program. These are the types of positions and jobs that may be available to individuals that are blind, that has nothing to do with showing up for a job. Virtual work is a thing. Mm-hmm. And those people that, and I have been a virtual worker, and it is very convenient for blind people. And there's so many things they can do if they can master this technology.
Yes.
Technology is the key for us, which takes me to the assistive technology training. We do assistive technology training for seniors. Mm-hmm. Right? For seniors, using everything from magnifiers to JAWS, as you mentioned before, and other in the phone that I talked about, in the myriad of apps. You have an app now that you can bring that app up and it'll describe the entire room to you. Mm-hmm. Right? These are things that are just completely mind blowers for blind people. Get out of the shadows. Get out and engage with other people. That is important. So that's what Job Club is about. So my desire is to have more corporations engage with us, because there's lots of people that are blind that sit on the sidelines. The unemployment rate of people that are blind and visually impaired is plus 60%.
So we want the corporations, the churches, absolutely, the schools to absolutely all reach out and let us know, bring the blind people, those blind and visually impaired, into the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired so we can increase the services that we provide and help the individuals become more independent, to
That's
let
exactly
them
right.
shine brightly as God created them to shine. And we're going to have resume writing and mock interviews and all types of classes and services that will increase the skill sets of every individual. And even, who knows, we might even eventually provide music training so people can be the next Stevie Wonder.
Oh man. Oh man. No pressure. No pressure at all.
You're doing a wonderful, wonderful job with all of the things that you have been doing with the short time that you've been with the agency. And just as one of the board members, I just want to say thank you for all that you're doing, and all the things that you have slated to do. And it's a wonderful opportunity for everyone to become a part, make an investment.
I appreciate the platform.
Yeah,
I appreciate being given the opportunity. This is not for money. This is for humanity.
Yes.
This is my raison d'etre. Mm-hmm. This is my giving back. This is what it's about for blind people. They need to see all types of blind people. We show up just like everybody else in a lot of different guises and faces. Mm-hmm. This is one of them, right? And I think more people should see it, more people should experience it, and we should have programs that promote it. That's what I believe.
I believe that too, Gary. And we're going to have more opportunity, more things that you will be hearing about the agency as we move forward. And as you continue to embark on some of these new programming, we're going to have you come back and share even some of the success stories of some of the people that you will be teaching. Maybe that might be your young person or someone that your neighbor. So we want you to help get the word out. The programs that you're providing are wonderful. And the programs to come are even more wonderful. So share it with your church, share it with your corporation, share it with your organization that you're a part of. There are many different organizations that people are a part of that want to take on agencies, take on projects to help different service agencies.
Absolutely.
And the Greater Detroit Agency for the Blind and Visually Impaired is a service organization. So let your organization, your service organization, know about it. Go to lifebeyondsight.org. Check out the GoFundMe page. Check out the other areas and services that are being provided. And we just thank everybody for tuning in today. We thank you for Gary for the services being provided. Together, we serve our communities and help our environment. That we do together. Don't forget that. And I just want to give another shout out to one of our sponsors, Unique Brows Threading and Spa. If your brows ain't browing, this is your sign. They've got a Valentine's Day ombre powder brow special going on right now. You can have super clean, super natural, and long-lasting brows and eyelashes, waxings, facials. They do it. They do it all. They're right in Southfield on 12 Mile, and you can text or call 586-457-9798 to book. Limited time, February only. Tap in and thank me later. And don't forget to tell them you heard about it on Community Update 313. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. We're on YouTube and all streaming platforms. We'll see you again next Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. You can always go on YouTube, all of our programming. Gary, tell me 3 quick things you like about Detroit that you would like people to see.
Absolutely. The Detroit Institute of Arts in the library, I call those one. My mother used to keep us trapped there when we were kids, and it made me love reading. Baker's Keyboard Lounge, live music. I'm also a minor musician. Love to hear live music, and I love jazz music. In the Pistons. Come on.
Go to the
Come
Pistons.
on.
Then. Come
The
on.
Pistons.
And they're winning. Go Pistons.
And they're winning. Exactly.
Yay. Gary, again, thank you so much for being our guest this evening on Community Update 313. We will see you next week. Have a good evening.